Hey Leo, this is your reading, your weekly reading, and we're going to see what you need to focus on this week. What does Leo need to focus on this week? What does Leo need to okay. We have the Five of Wands reversed. We have the Empress upright. So a lot of people need to speak to their mum. What's going on? What's happening this week? What is going on? I don't get it. Okay, hold on. Let's get more cards out. The Empress. Why did I say that? I just said that. Okay, you guys really need to speak to your mum about something. I don't know. Okay, the Tower reversed. Some of you, your mum may be a Aries or a Scorpio. So. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Does Leo need to focus on? Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Wands reversed. It's really time for you guys to focus. Like, you guys have this whole vibe of wanting to learn something new, do something fun, something quite, I don't want to say childish because that's rude. It could be childish, but something that's quite distracting and light. You guys like to engage in stuff like that. Everyone has their reasons. You may have multiple different reasons. Some of you because maybe life's too serious and you just want to have some fun. It's like not every day, get upset and cry about stuff. I want to have some fun, which is a fire sign thing. And then some of you is just kind of like, I just want to learn new things and do new things. So there's always this vibe of trying something new. But it's reversed, so you kind of need to take a chill pill with that one in terms of you need to right now you need to focus on one thing and stick with it for a bit so that it can actually grow into something great. And you guys have the endurance and the persistence to make something great. Do you know what I mean? To start something and then for it to be abundant, for it to do well. But right now, because you keep starting new stuff or you're distracting yourself with different things, there's a possibility that it won't grow into something abundant because you're not focusing on it the way that you should be. So there's that. Some of you is just blatantly saying you're being quite childish about a situation and you just need to stop now. That was rude. But at the bottom of that, we have the King of Pentacles. So some of you, a mature man may have spoken to you about something. Could be a father figure. It could be a partner that's, kind of has like an old man spirit, but, physically they're quite young. They may have said something you don't like and you're just coming on a very childish behavior. And you basically, cards are basically saying you just need to stop that because it's not helping anyone. If you are... This is if you're the feminine, and the cards, I have men and women in this deck, so I'm going with whatever storyline fits, right? So if you're the feminine, it's blatantly saying you're the one that's being childish about a certain situation. If you are a guy watching this, it's saying the woman that you're dealing with, she's just being very very immature about a situation that you're trying to talk about. So there's that. So for the masculines out there, you're dealing with an immature feminine. That's ultimately what it's saying. If you know that if you as the Leo woman know that you have more of the masculine energy in the connection than your partner, and your partner's more of the feminine energy, then it's you trying to be very serious about something and they're just making a joke out of it and they're starting to really get on your nerves. You just kind of need to accept that this person's just childish. No matter how mature you speak, you speak to someone, or how mature you are about a situation, it doesn't mean they're going to be on the same level. So it's kind of like you're talking to someone that's not even on the same level as you because they just want to be childish. But there's that. Woo, that was a mouthload. What we have here, it's like some of you just keep getting into arguments with, it could be with this particular person, or there's a lot of conflicts going on with certain people, and it's just like you just need to not bother argue with them. There's no point, because it's not going to go anywhere. And what's kind of rude as well, if you're the business minded one and they're the immature one, like, where are they really going to go? Why are we arguing with people that's not really going to get anywhere in life? I know that's rude to say, yeah, but it just is what it is. I'm not these readers out here that's going to be like, everyone's on their path and eventually they're good. No, this person doesn't want to do anything productive with their life. The person you're speaking to, yes, I'm joining you out, Leo, like, the person you're speaking to, like, they're so immature. They're not, it could even be a friend. There's someone that's just immature. They're not going nowhere in life. And to be fair, that's their business, because it just is what it is. It's not your business to put them on the right track. Your business is to focus on you. So it's kind of like, why are you arguing with someone that's either one, always going to be a bum, or two, like, they're just not going to get anywhere in life because they don't want to. It's really up to us where we get to in life, especially career sense. We actually have control over that. So if this person doesn't want to try and they think everything's a joke and they're not going to get far, why are we wasting our breath on them? Why are we beefing them? Like, do you know what I mean? And then some of you need to realize that a lot of people are in secret competition with you. They're trying to compete. Stop competing with them. Are you not Leo? Are you not like the queen and king? Is that not you guys? You don't compete, baby girl, baby boy. People will try to compete with you and you're not in the race. You're not in you're not in that. Do you know what I mean? So don't focus on people trying to compete with you. Don't focus on people trying to put you at a disadvantage. Like, just ignore them, because they're not getting far. Sorry, I said what I said and I ain't taking it back. But yeah, you guys are the Empress. You don't fight. You don't squabble. You guys are like Beyonce. You don't. What do you mean? What do you mean internet beef? What do you mean? Like, I'm not even gonna respond to you. I'm gonna even act like I didn't even see it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe they say you guys need to come with. Like, you're so beyond petty behavior. That's just not you. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the only person I can compare this to is Beyonce. Like, I don't know how she has so much criticism out there and she just ignores it. I don't hear her like comment on anyone's. You don't hear anything. Like, this is like the one person I can compare, in terms of energy. This is the energy you guys need to kind of be on, because people don't deserve to be hearing your mouth. They don't deserve it. Like, because what are we really talking about? Why are we arguing with people that's not getting far? It doesn't make sense. So just ignore them. Like, and if you guys are kind of like, excuse me, I've been ignoring them, no one's entertaining them, okay, cool, keep doing that. Don't break down in terms of, don't let them trigger you. They might trigger you, but don't let them see that they triggered you. Just ignore them. Keep acting like an empress, Right. Okay, some of you are pregnant, and congratulations if you are. It's time to focus on your pregnancy. It's time to make sure you're eating right. Some of you are pregnant and you're not eating right, so make sure you're eating properly, baby girl. because, you know, it's very important. Those of you that are, you know, maybe you're the masculine, you need to make sure that your feminine's eating properly, because it's very important for the baby. So there's that. Make sure you eat a lot of fruits, because that will help. There's certain what's the word? Certain vitamins in there that's good for the baby. But you know, some of you actually just need to speak with your mum about something. Let me clarify what that is. I actually want to know what you need to speak to your mum about, because I don't understand. Cool. Some of you don't have no money, and that's fine, because it's peak out here. Like, some of you don't have the finances for something, and you need your mum's help for it. Don't be embarrassed. Ask. You know, it's not that deep. You know, just ask. Some of you are just feeling very low because a lot of people are making you feel a certain way about yourself. As I said, you're surrounded by a lot of people that, you know, are in low-key competition with you, and is making you feel a certain way, because it's like, why are you guys even behaving like this? Like, I'm just trying to live my life. You may need your mother's support when you're going through that, because the Five of Pentacles is reversed. It's to get you out of feeling this way. Some of you, it is your actual mum that's feeling quite low, and it might be best to kind of speak to her. Some of you, and I'm so sorry if this has happened, but you may feel at a distance from your mum. You may feel, so some of you, and I'm so sorry if this happened, you may have lost your mum, and condolences. But then some of you is a situation where you're far from your mum, you're not around her, and it's making you feel a certain type of way. So it's nice to stay in communication with her, if your mum is around. That was a sensitive subject. I'm so sorry to speak about that if, you know, your situation is one of the early two that I stated. But yeah. And as I said, some of you probably are mothers already, and it's kind of saying you need to be a good example for your children, and you most probably very are. That doesn't make sense. You most probably are a good example for your children. What I'm saying is to keep that energy of, we don't argue with peasants out here. Now, no one's better than no one, okay? But when someone's acting with this low vibrational energy of they want to fight you and all this stuff, disgusting, nasty peasant behavior, you need to show your children that we don't deal with that. We don't behave like that. Okay, that's gutter behavior. We don't do that. You know, just got to keep that energy, because some of your children are watching. They're watching how you're behaving with people that are trying to attack you. And the best example of, the best example you can show them is to just ignore these people. That's what I'm going to say. Some of you that aren't mothers at all, is saying that you have this very Empress-like energy, and you would, because you're a Leo. Leo is very regal, right? They're that bitch. You can't tell them nothing. Just keep that regal Empress energy about you, because you're going to do well, regardless of all these people doing the most. You're going to be fine. So, you know. Some of you are going through some internal conflict, and you need to let it out. Otherwise, it's going to come out in a way that you won't like. Some of you have been bottling up some sort of rage or some sort of anger, and you really need to speak to a mother figure about it, like a strong female role in your life. You need to speak to them about it. Otherwise, it's just going to come out in a way that you're going to find quite embarrassing later on, because people that tend to bottle up these feelings, they come out in really ugly ways later on. So it's very important for you guys to speak to someone regarding like your mental health, and you never know, this female figure or your mum, they could give some very good advice for you and make you feel a bit more comfortable within yourself, even though you're going through all these mental conflicts. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So you guys need to see a situation for what it is. I feel like because you guys, it's kind of similar to the Gemini reading. Is like, because you guys are just very direct and you're straightforward, and you're not in competition with anyone because that's just not how you are. You're failing to see a situation for what it is. There are people that are trying to do the most when it comes to you. They feel like they're in competition with you, and it's just like you won't accept it, or you won't. Some of you are not. Here's another thing. Some of you probably accept it, but you're entertaining this argument with other people because obviously we know you guys are quite prideful. But it's like you're entertaining this beef with other people, and it's kind of like, why are you even lowering yourself to this? Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to blatantly see that if you converse with these people that you don't really need to be conversing with, they're going to try and set you up and make you look a certain way that you're not. You're going to come across as aggressive when you're blatantly not, but you're just defending yourself, but you've fallen into a trap that they wanted you to fall into. So you guys need to start seeing a situation for what it is. You need to realize that a lot of people are trying to like set you up. They're trying to make you say stuff to tarnish your reputation, and don't let them do that. You know, you got to start to use your intuition a bit more in terms of, if I behave like this, what is the consequence of that? I know sometimes fire signs don't really do that because they like to live in the now. But it will really benefit you, Leo, if you actually think, okay, if I behave like this, what is the consequence of this? Always think of the consequences, because that's going to impact you later on. And for those of you that's dealing with a masculine that's very negative, especially verbally, he gotta go. He gotta go. He gotta go. And it's not, and I feel like this person can be quite dangerous as well. I feel like this person is really horrible. So when I say he gotta go, you need to go missing. I'm not saying you have to fight him, because I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even come with the verbals because it's a bit scary. But I think he needs to go missing. This is like King of Swords reverse is like Aquarius energy. So if you guys have been dealing with some toxic Aquarius, girl, they're trying to ruin your life, I would run away. But that's just my opinion. But if you have a toxic Aquarius around you, they're trying to do something weird. They don't want to see you succeed. Sorry, I don't care if that's your man that you've been with for 5 years. That's the reality of the situation. I don't sugarcoat my readings in it. So you might want to run. But yeah, I'm not saying that he's going to attack you or anything, but whatever you're trying to do to be abundant, he's going to try and ruin it so that you depend on him and you do what he says. And baby girl, please don't do that. Live your best life. But that's your reading, Leo. If you like this reading, subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. Bye guys.